All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and good afternoon if you do happen to be joining us on the East Coast. This is Jeremy coming to you live from the Hobby Legends studios here on release day Wednesday. That's right, one of our favorite. Oh, that looks cool. The green screen deletes part of my shirt. We've got Bowman Draft coming up a little bit later, 5-case player break at noon, 3 Eastern. So if you're in that break, stay tuned for that. But we are going to start off with some A&G 2025 Allen and Ginter and see, oh my god, I forget how heavy that box is, and see what we can find out of this case. Another full case here. All cards will ship for this one. The chromes, everything else will be top loaded pretty much. So good luck, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, Jared. It is release day. Hey, stay there. Stay there. But we'll have a little A&G party here to get us started. 12 boxes of fun. We'll see which direction this case takes us. The last one started out super slow and then to the moon. So we'll see which way this case goes. Good luck, ladies and gents. Here we go in the box. Numero uno. There we go. And I'm on breaker station 2, so things are a little bit different. So you'll have to bear with me just a bit. A&G back there of Yordan Alvarez. Oh, filigree has turned forwards this time. Filigree there for Rhett Lauder. There's one for the beach in its spot. Chrome card there of, I think it's Ella, or is it Michelle? Michelle Fitzgerald. And mini chrome of Teddy Ballgame. So I got the lighthouses this time. Well, hopefully you get the whole set now. Roberto Clemente foil filigree and mini black border of George Sisler. Click on your screen, JAC. If you click on your screen, it'll get rid of the black. It only does that on eBay, so that way you can see the chat. But if you click on your screen, it should get rid of all the black on the bottom. Our foil filigree is going to be Jorge Soler. And there's our mini. It's Jackson Merrill on a base mini. I seen that. They traded for Weatherly, or the Yankees did. Nice rookie filigree there of Matt Shaw and a mini A&G of Blake Snell. Oh, I had to turn backwards. That's better. Now the card's going to the right position. Oh, that's what I can't see now. There we go. There we go. There we go. Raleigh Fingers base mini. Filigree of George Sisler. Jace Young on the N22 mini. And is that an orange? I think that's an orange to 25. Oh, that's sick. Bob Gibson, 19 of 25 on the orange filigree. One of the greatest ever to throw the ball. Very nice. Salvi Perez on that base mini. Luke Keeschel, silver portrait and a Matt Shaw base mini. Chrome of Barnett and A&G back of Brandon Nimmo. Keenan Thompson on a refractor and Christy Mathewson silver portrait, the Rocket on the base mini. Like 15? 15 range, Timmy? A lot. I have a lot of Angels hats. Yelich on the base mini. They're literally stacked now. like 2 or 3 per stack. Mathewson on the filigree, so he's hit a little bit of everything already. There's an A and G back for Jose Ramirez. J.J. Bleday's silver portraits and a mini of Ron Santo. Chrome of Freddie Freeman. And mini of Cam Smith. That's a nice... Wow, we got 2 mini chrome cards in here. That usually doesn't happen. Sajazi Chrome. Christian Campbell mini. Still haven't gotten our first hit yet, though. Another refractor, Mr. Eon. We're definitely doing good on those. Andrew Benintendi silver portrait. There's one for the State Birds. These packs are the other direction for some reason. Nope. I got tons of them. DJ Hers on the silver portraits. There's a Corey Seager base mini. You have to accessorize with your clothing correctly, Timmy. So I have to have a lot of hats. Our first hit. Piece of the bat there for Stephen Kwan on the game used mem. Roger Clemens silver portrait. A and G of Carlos Correa. I do believe so. Just got to check our eBay store for the auctions. I think we still have more Adel Amador on the base mini. I'm pretty sure we're going to do another break or 2 this week, maybe. Mason Wynn silver portrait. And there's your first Lighthouse, the Lorraine Lighthouse. Benintendi on the mini. Nope, just 1 team for me. Anything else would be sacrilegious to go on top of my head. Eckersley and Ripken on the silver portraits and an A&G mini of Raleigh Fingers. So we only got 1 hit in that box. Yeah, we didn't get any autos. We only got 1 mem, but we did get a number card. Huh. Of all the products to short us a hit, definitely not. This shouldn't be A&G. Yeah, for like 2 or 3 years or something on a small annual. Big money per year, but less years. All like from the California Angels days. X-Fractor coming up of Mr. Eon. Satchel Paige on the silver portrait and a mini of Alex Bregman. Oh, that wind killed me. Rod Carew, A&G back in the right uniform. Nice Julio on the chrome refractor and Jack's silver portrait. Nolan Arenado on the mini. Newest Cubby, right? Didn't he go to the Cubs? Diamondbacks, that's right, Diamondbacks. Another one for the State Bird spot. Portrait of Darryl Strawberry and mini black border of Cal Ripken Jr. Nice rookie there on the Jacob Wilson full-size chrome, and our mini chrome is Gunnar Henderson. Shine silver portraits, mini A&G of Maria Sorbello. Filigree of Cal Ripken Jr. Mini of Yogi Berra. Tony Gwynn portrait, and another lighthouse, the Cape Florida lighthouse. Whatever I can afford, Jared. Because it ain't Tyler Bremner. Pedro Martinez, expensive. I was like, maybe somebody won't be paying it. No, his price was ridiculous. First hit in this box, on-card auto. We got a little mini framed auto. Angel Martinez on the rookie ink there for the Martinez spot. Portraits of Bryce Harper. Mini of Tyler Fitzgerald. So I went after all the other Halos in a 5-case break. Willie Adames, A&G Mini. What is it? Chase Shores. He might be in the big leagues very, very quickly because he's already, been through college. Throws really hard, so he could be a starter, but more than likely he'll probably go into the bullpen. Will Clark on the portrait. Another one for the beach in its spot. Ooh, gold rookie to 50. That's sweet. Jackson Jobe on the gold. 40 of 50. Sweet hit there for the Jobe spot on the refractor. We got Nix on the chrome and a mini Cat Dennings. Oh, did they finally put the odds out? Tony La Russa and Shane, is it Shane? Yeah, Shane Halter on those portraits. Roy Campanella base mini. Oh, Tyler Bremner. Jared, the number 2 overall pick. He's very, very expensive. Kirk Gibson, A&G mini. Kirk Gibson on the portrait. Beltre, A&G back. N22 short print mini of Matt Shaw. Let's move some of those out of the way now. Yeah, Ginter X, man, that stuff is so rad. Nice Chandler Simpson silver portrait and mini black border of Tommy Edman. I like Allen and Ginter X. We ripped a couple cases last year, man, and I think half the case had 2 autos instead of 1 in it. Jim Tomey on the base mini. Kirsch on the silver portraits and a mini of DJ Mighty Me. Lauren Elena Chrome and a mini of Shota Imanaga. Oh, I know exactly. And we're going to get a low-numbered auto. All right, so pretty good box here. Which way are we going? That way. Rookie ink. Nice. And it's kind of a color match. 12 of 99 on the Spencer Schwellenbach blue framed autograph. Nice hit there. So 2 autos in this box. Micah Bell on the portrait. And our first fish is the Sturgeon. Oh, yeah. I've watched like 2 people open a box, and they both had 2 autographs in it. So Tim Elko on mini. So I was like, hey, maybe it's a repeat of last year. They're just going to load it with the autographs, considering they don't print as much of it. Yeah, Phil, it takes you back to like the T206 days and stuff like that. It is a one-of-a-kind product. I hope we can find a tin type. We haven't found one of those in a long time. Those are, I think, a stated print of what, 30 per player. I still keep wanting a DeGuro type, but I know those are all one-of-ones. Tyler Fitzgerald, silver portraits, and mini A&G of Franchitti. Dario Franchitti. I learned how to say it correctly. Or Franchitti. Sorry, Franchitti. Ichiro on the mini. There you go, Tom. Franchitti. Ellie on a refractor, and Joey G on the silver portrait. Another one for the fish, the electric eel. Yeah, which is fine, lower per pawn on that base mini, because most of the autos are the ones you really wanted. Ah, gotcha. Mackenzie Gore silver portraits and a A&G back of Luke Keishel. Peter Weber full-size chrome and a mini for Jackson Jobe. Scott Boras silver portraits and Burt Bly 11 base mini. Mason Wynn filigree. Another state bird there, the Mockingbird. Cade Horton portraits, mini black border of the Rocket. Xander Bogaerts base mini. And we got a super thickie here. Ooh. 2 of 10 on our relic. And all we get is a little piece of a napkin in there. Sandy Alcantara, 2 of 10 on the game used relic piece. So that's going to be the Brooklyn back. That is the difference. Even though it is numbered, the front looks the same, but the back is what's different about these numbered relics. Ohanian on the silver portraits and an A&G back of Nick Kurtz. Brooks Lee mini. Aldeguerri on the silver portrait and mini black border of Salvi Perez. DJ Mighty Me on the chrome and a mini of Josh Rawitch. Phil Niekro and Dylan Cruz portraits. Mini A&G of Stan Musial. Got Zebby Matthews on that base mini. Bryce Terang portrait. State Birds, the Nene. Watch me, Nene. Roger Maris on the mini. Bobby Witt Jr. silver portrait, and then we've got a Wes Bergman mini. Eric Keane A&G bat. Corey Seager silver portrait. Posada on a base mini. Just like my heart, Gabe. Just like my heart. Nice rookie there of Roki Sasaki on the full-size chrome and an N22 of Adley Rutschman. And hit number 2 is another relic. Yeah, that's Andrew McCutcheon on the relic. We got Abner Powell on a portrait. Mini black border of Matt Shaw. Bert Campaneris mini, and that'll do 4 box number. Spawn on that portraits. We got a Joe DiMaggio base mini. Some upside down cards, that's always entered. Rhett Lauder N22 mini. Reichel on the refractor, Jimmy Rollins portrait and mini black border of Chippa Jones. Yeah. Probably not going to happen. Griffin Conine on the base mini. Chase Meadroth, silver portraits, and a Lawrence Butler A&G. Thompson on a chrome card, and mini chrome of the great Bam Mabino. Some Babe Ruth there on that mini. Chanho Park silver portraits, and then we've got the hammerhead shark for the fish. Speaking of filigrees, that's a good one too. Matt Shaw. He's hit what? A mini black border, a chrome, Thurman Munson base mini. We've seen some Matt Shaw cards. Yamamoto silver portraits and Marcelo Mayer on the base mini. Is that for all the? That's for just the regular foil filigrees. 1 in 12 packs, though, that seems... Keenan Thompson A&G mini. Actually seems pretty rough to get a non-numbered parallel. Another relic here, and that's going to be Chili Davis. Oh, wow, going back. There's that old school California Angels gear. Game-used jersey piece there for Chili Davis. Rhino on the silver portrait, and a mini black border of Pee Wee Reese. Yeah, so you're supposed to get roughly 1 per hobby box. State Birds there, the ring-billed gold. But would 12 fat packs be the equivalent of a hobby box? Because if so, then you still get all the other goodies in a hobby box. This is one of those products that usually I just go with hobby over retail because it's so hard to hit anything good in retail. Adley on the silver portrait. Phil Rizzuto base mini. I mean, I've been lucky. I think I opened 5 blasters of this, and I hit a auto of Ryan Zimmerman. Hyesung Kim, full-size chrome, and a mini A&G back of Ty Cobb. Oh yeah, 1 in 48 blasters, good lord. Kirby Puckett and Brian Hayes on silver portraits. We got J-Roll on that base mini. There's another one for the Beach in its spot. I remember when they had hot boxes. They got rid of those though and just started putting them all throughout. Gabriel Moreno, silver portrait, and mini black border of Jorge Soler. Yeah, you never know what you're going to get inside one. Ron Santo on the filigree. Dalton Rushing base mini. Well, good luck with that one. Tommy Edmonds silver portraits and Hyesung Kim on the A&G back. It's definitely going to be some money right there, Phil, for either one. Chan-Ho Park on the base mini. Mickey Mantle on that silver portrait, and Light the Night, the Cockspur Island Lighthouse. There's Shine on the chrome. Tyler O'Neill on mini. Not so far easy, nothing for Jazz Chisholm. Oh, we got a mini framed relic here of James Wood. Some rookie game used memorabilia there. A little piece of the jersey. Carlos Correa silver portrait. Sandberg on the base mini. We got cards going backwards. Oh, this is fun. Oh, good old Mark Long on the A&G back to end box 4. Silver portrait of Paul Molitor and a Pete Alonso A&G mini. Kershaw on the full-size chrome and a mini Justin Verlander. Luis Aparicio and Jacob deGrom portraits, another one for the Beach in It mini spot. Matt Scherzer mini. Yadier Molina silver portrait. Michael McGreevy on that base mini. Jackson Jobe A&G back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Moises Ballesteros silver portraits and a mini of Mason Wynn. There's the Moorish Idol for the 50 fish. Well, hopefully I can bless everybody with their spots. Robert Hassel on the silver portrait and Edgar Quero mini black border. Derek Jeter on the full-size chrome, and we got Gabriel Moreno on a base mini. We are going to get some more ink. Mini framed base autograph here of Zach DeZenzo on the rookie auto. There you go, DeZenzo spot. Silver portrait of Wade Boggs. Andy Pettit on the A&G back. Oh, everybody does though. Like those dudes have the most autos in the product probably. Is Mickey Gasper and Nick Sogard. Cepeda on the base mini. It's not just me. I think they have the most autos in circulation. Big Poppy on the portrait, State Birds mini. John Kenzie Noel base mini. Coleman on the refractor and Orelvis Martinez silver portrait. A&G, no numbered short print there for Tim Elko. Right there where the number would be. So only 50 copies of that Tim Elko A&G mini. It's very true. Larry David A&G mini. That is probably right on target. Justin Verlander silver portraits. There's the clownfish on the 50 fish insert. Luis Angel Acuna full-size chrome. And mini chrome of Roy Campanella. Junior Caminero portraits. Mini black border of Christy Mathewson. That's a nice foil filigree. Roberto Clemente on that one. We got Mickey Mantle on the base mini. I have no control. Stephen Kwan silver portraits and a mini A&G of Caden Dana. There's never any pressure on me. George Kirby on the mini. Ooh, what's this going to be numbered to? Is this to 50? Second auto. Another numbered auto, too. Yeah, 35 of 50 on the mini framed green. Will Warren on the rookie autograph. Oh, okay. I was like, dude, they made a mess up. There's just another card stuck to the back. Tyler O'Neill on that silver portrait. Will Warren to 50. So we've had two numbered autos, and we got two numbered autos in this box. I mean, two autos in this box. State Birds there. I was like, why does it say Tyler O'Neill on the back? Warren Spahn on the base mini to wrap up box 5. Yeah, I don't think it would cost you a whole lot, except for, you know, some of the big rookies, maybe Ohtani. Guys like Nick Kurtz and stuff like that might still be a few bucks, but yeah, you might be able to put together a whole filigree set for not too much. They are pretty common. They're not super common, but they're also not really super rare. Super rare. Alex Bregman on the portrait mini black border of Roberto Clemente. He's getting a lot of parallels. I know, right? We're getting closer. Yadi Molina on the base mini. We started with base, went to 99, and then to 50. So the next one's going to be either a black border to 25, or it's going to be a red ink. Stan Musial, refracted. David Festa portraits, and a mini of Ozzie Albies on an A&G. I think that is a gold. That is a sweet gold filigree, Ty Cobb. And that is 49 of 50 for the Cobb spot. We hit Bob Gibson to 25 and Ty Cobb to 50. Robert Hassel there on that base mini. Some legendary players getting some numbered cards. Pedro on the portrait. Another one for the State Birds. Chrome of Ronald Acuna Jr. and mini chrome of Shohei Ohtani. Ketel Marte on that portraits and Wade Boggs on the base mini. A&G mini of Aaron Judge. It's pretty sweet. Make sure I catch that one before it falls off. Filigree of Rhett Lauder. Lou Brock on the portraits. Mini of Dennis Eckersley. Another one for the Lighthouse. That is the Biloxi Lighthouse. And it looks like a relic of Sammy Sosa. I've pulled this one before. Game used bat relic there for Slammin' Sammy. Wyatt Langford portrait, mini black border of Kyle Schwarber. David Ortiz mini. Spencer Steer portrait and Lou Brock on the base mini. Kurt Gibson chrome. Another one for the Beach Net spot. George Brett and Jose Ramirez portraits and Aaron Nola on the mini blackboard. Grant McCray base mini. I know, right? You never know. Nolan Shonwell on that silver portrait and Alec Bone A&G mini. Paul Molitor on the base mini. Nacho Alvarez silver portrait and N22 mini of Aaron Judge. Oh, I've had enough of this. Giancarlo Stanton mini. Seiya Suzuki silver portrait and a mini of Pudge Rodriguez. Gunner on the full-size chrome and a mini A&G back of Kobe Mayo. And back to the relics. Corey Seager on the game-used piece of the jersey. That's not a terrible one. Silver portrait of Griffin Conine and Jeff Bagwell A&G back. Another one for the Fish, the Sea Dragon. All right, second half. Let's get something Kyle Schwarber on the base mini. Hyesung Kim portrait and a mini A&G of Alexis Ohanian. Tony Gwynn Chrome and mini chrome of Cody Mayo. Kyle Tucker portrait, and there is the flying fish on that mini. Filigree of Chipper Jones and George Sisler on the base mini. Alec Boehm on the silver portraits and Campanella on the short prints. No number short print there for Roy Campanella. A little bit of love for Campy. Logan Gilbert, A&G mini. Another mini framed relic. That is going to be Wilson Contreras on the game used piece of the jersey. Jared Durant on the silver portrait and Goose on the mini. The grouper. Portrait of Xander Bogaerts and mini black border of Chef Reactions. Cam Smith on the chrome and Jorge Soler base mini. Shine on a refractor, Austin Riley portraits and mini of Brian Cranston. That's the A&G back. State Birds mini, we have the Robin. More Soler on the silver portrait this time, and mini black border of Timmy Gwynn. Tommy Edman base mini. I know, right? There's been plenty of Jorge Soler. And Chipper Jones, silver portrait. A&G of Joe Godino. Cal Ripken Jr. base mini. Luis Arias silver portraits, and we've got the anglerfish on a mini. Brian Cranston chrome and Aaronola base mini. And some ink. It's been a while. Who do we have this time on our autograph? Greg Jones, another fan favorite on the base auto. Rogers Hornsby on the silver portrait and a mini of Juan Marichal. Matthew Boyd A&G back. T.J. Abrams portrait. And Roberto Clemente on the base mini. There's another Lighthouse, the Diamond Head Lighthouse. Silver portraits of Pudge and Jose Altuve. Mini black border of William Contreras. We need some big ink. There's nothing to do. He's already sorting it. Nope. Matty O on the silver portrait. Hank Aaron A&G mini. Reese Hines on the base mini. Woo, double rip card. I like it. Oral Hershiser and Clayton Kershaw, 33 out of 50. So I'll have to do a random at the end between the Kershaw and the Hershiser spot for that dual rip card. N22 of Jacob Wilson, silver portrait, Royce Lewis. Oh yeah, especially if you've had it in multiple breaks. That's not bad at all. Louis Aparicio on that mini. That's our first rip card too. Masataka Yoshida on the portrait and Mr. Eon A&G back. Dalton Rushing Chrome. And mini chrome of Mickey Mantle. Aaronola on the portrait. Mini Mac. Mark McGuire on that mini. I think that's a gold. Is that a gold filigree? That is another gold filigree. Spencer Steer on that one, and that is numbered 8 out of 50 on the gold filigree. Doing really good on the numbered cards in this case. The Rooster Fish. Is it crow underwater? No. Colt Keith on the portrait, mini black border of Marcus Semien. Nacho Alvarez on that base mini. And here we go, another numbered auto. All right. To 99, right? It is not a rookie auto. That's nasty. That's nasty. 5 of 99 on the Paul Skeens blue framed auto. That's a big one. The Pirate Extraordinaire with some ink. Silver portrait of Kyle Schwarber. See, I wanted a big auto. There it is. Babe Ruth on the A&G mini. I like when the boxes listen. I like when the boxes listen to me. Carlton Fisk on that mini. Scheme spot. You can celebrate now. Well, then do it again. Come on, boxes. Do it again. You can give us more than one really good autograph. Polar Bear on the silver portrait. Mini black border of Key Brian Hayes. Mr. Eon on the chrome. Kirby Puckett base mini. Joe DiMaggio and Thurman Munson, couple of Yankee legends right there on those portraits. A and G back of Moises Ballesteros. Yeah, this was a really good box. A dual rip card, Cam Smith on that base mini, and a Paul Skeens auto to 99. With this product, that's like a top tier box for sure. Adel Amador on the silver portrait. Another one for Cape Nedick on that lighthouse for you, Jason. Matt Olson base mini. The Kid on that silver portrait. Jace Young on the base mini. Yeah, let's find some nice yams. Come on, Mr. Yamamoto. We got Andrew Romine A and G back. Dalton Rushing on the portrait. Justin Henry Malloy base mini. Michelle Chung, Jamie Chung. I always get her and Michelle Fitzgerald. Jamie Chung on the chrome on their first names. One for the Beach in It mini. And, ooh, we got a third hit. So here's our missing hit. And it's another rip card. So this box had 3 hits. 126 of 199 for Andrew McCutcheon on the rip card. There we go. I'm glad the box is evened out. We got Cam Smith on the portrait. Mini black border of Rogers Hornsby. Cole Keith on the base mini. You go over here. There we go. There was a good box. Really good box. 2 rip cards and Steve's auto to 99. It's right here.
I don't know. He texted me for it.
It's right here.
Come on.
Why don't you ask about it?
He's too scared of you.
I know, right? He's terrified.
Yeah, he thinks you're gonna hit him.
Well, if he keeps acting up, I will. If he keeps acting up, the hammer will come down. Whoosh. State birds there, the Cardinal. Bo Jackson on the portraits and Jaron Duran on that mini black border. Joe Torre chrome. There's Eckersley and mini chrome of Shota Imanaga. Laura Prepon on the silver portraits and A&G back of Frankie Lindor. Hornsby on the base foil filigree and Masataka Yoshida mini. Yordan Alvarez portrait and the Block Island Southeast Lighthouse. Not to be specific. Good Lord. They don't want to get it confused with the Southwest. Hunter Green basement. Relic of Mr. Freddie Freeman, and that is a dirty relic. Nice one there, yeah. That's got some nice dirt in that Freddie. There's Livy Dunn on a silver portrait. Victor Mesa Jr. mini. A&G back of Dave Winfield. Acuna portraits, and Eddie Murray on the base mini. Bobby Witt Jr. Chrome. And one for the beach in a spot again. Refractor of Luis Angel Acuna and silver portrait. You got them both in one pack. The Say Hey Kid there on that mini black border. Nice to see some Willie Mays showing up. Del Marte A&G mini. Reese Hines on the silver portrait and a mini black border of Craig Biggio. N22 mini of Yordan Alvarez. Godino on the portrait mini black border of Zebby Matthews. Mini of Stephen Kwan. Portrait of River Ryan and a A&G back of Bobby Witt Jr. Willie Mays full-size chrome. Adley Rutschman on the base mini. And another rip card. Stan Musial, 133. Ooh, isn't that the same number as the McCutcheon? 133 of 199 on the Stan Musial rip card. So that's rip card number 4. Richard Kind on the silver portraits. And we got a Bonito on the fish. No, third rip card. Cal Raleigh on the base mini. You get a rip card. You get a rip card. Ricky Henderson silver portrait and Ken Griffey Jr. on the base mini. Mini of Andrew McCutcheon A&G back. Silver portraits here, Jim Thome and Scott Sheldon, followed by Red Show and Ice on that mini. Boxes. Can we find anything super rare? Super rare. Marcus Simeon base mini. Augustin Ramirez silver portraits and a Joe Morgan A&G back. Chrome of Christian Campbell and mini chrome of Luis Angel Acuna. So he's hit 3 different things. I think he just needs the filigree now. Connor Norby portraits, mini of Jose Altuve. Luis Arias on the filigree. The State Birds, the Carolina Wren. Portrait of Garrett Crochet and mini black border of Tomoyuki Sagana. Yamamoto on the base mini. And relic here of Jim Thome. Game used piece of the bat there for the Hall of Famer. There's Hall on the silver portrait and Taylor Rooks ANG back. Kyle Tucker base mini. Chris Bryant silver portrait, another one for the Beach Knit mini spot. Nolan Ryan on the full size chrome, and a mini of Jim Cat. Jim Cott showing up for the first time on something. Hai-Song Kim on a refractor, and Boogie with the hoodie on that silver portrait. Matt Chapman base mini. Chipper Jones base mini. George Kirby silver portrait, another state bird, the Western Meadowlark. Brian Hayes base mini. As far as they still have him in the Pirates uniform. Greg Maddux portraits. Rogers Hornsby on the base mini. Joe Torre, ANG back. Caden Dana, silver portraits, and Edgar Cuero on a base mini. Gilbert on the chrome, and N22 there of Manny Machado. And some ink. That's pretty sweet. Big Sean on the autograph. We haven't hit a whole lot of celebrity and personality autos, so very nice one there. Eddie Murray on the foil silver portrait. Fergie Jenkins mini black border. Hideo Nomo base mini. Jeremy Pena portrait. Some more Little Sean on the ANG mini there. And the foil filigree of Honus Wagner. Christy Matthews and base mini. Silver portraits of Yogi Berra and Ronald Acuna Jr. Luis Angel Acuna Jr. That's his second one of those. Goldfish there. To end box 10. Portrait of Mike Schmidt. Augustin Ramirez on the basement. There's William Fichtner on the ANG back. Silver portraits of Phil Rizzuto and Edgar Cuero. Phil Niekro basement. 10/22 of Hiroki Sasaki. Ernie Banks silver portrait and mini black border of Yamamoto. Chrome of Stan Musial. And a mini Yamamoto chrome. So a couple of Yamamoto parallels on minis in there. Portrait of Dizzy Dean and Junior Caminero A&G mini. Luke Keishel on the filigree. Ernie Banks mini. Christian Yelich on the portrait and the Sunfish mini. Dizzy Dean base mini. Relic there of Tarek Skubal on a game-used piece of the jersey. Jackie Robinson silver portrait and a Logan Webb base mini. Chris Sale, A&G back. Mark McGuire on the portrait and the Eldred Rock Lighthouse. Rochelle, Chrome, and Oral Hershiser on the base mini. Dalton Rushing refractor, J.C. Young silver portrait, and mini A&G of Tony Perez. Paul Rust, A&G back. Carlton Fisk silver portrait and a mini George Brett. Cardinal again on the state bird. Portrait of William Contreras, mini black border of Jose Altuve. Daniel Schneemann on the base mini. Schneemann. Oral Hershiser on the silver portraits, and we got Rhett Lauder, A&G back. Coleman on the chrome. Kenzie Gore mini. And a relic there. Another Chili Davis relic. Doubling up on game-used pieces of his jersey. Trey Turner on the silver portrait. We got the red mullet for the 50 fish. Mike Schmidt mini. Just the base version. And that'll do it for box 11. portrait of Cal Raleigh and another Lighthouse. It's the Loggerhead Lighthouse. Why are the packs going in different directions? What's going on here? How did the machine do that, bro? How did it stick it in there in different directions? I don't get it. Max Fried on the portrait. Jackson Holiday base mini. The Beach in its spot with another one. Kurt Gibson on that sweet victory. Another relic. Scott Rowland. Although that is not Scott Rowland on the front of the card. That's Stephen Piscotty. That's too funny. They put the wrong player on there. Going to the Scott Rowland spot there on the game used bat relic. It's too funny. PCA on the silver portraits. And a special blank mini. You don't see those every day. Zebby Matthews portrait mini of Juan Soto A&G bet. JJ Bleday on the base mini. We got Alex the Great on the A&G back. Salvi Perez silver portraits and a mini of Johnny Mize. Barry Larkin mini. Yeah, the one-of-one blank fractor. There's Logan Gilbert on the mini, and we've got Matt Chapman black border. It's whatever your imagination wants it to be. Directly to you. Cepeda and a Jackson Holiday silver portraits. We got a Spencer Steer A&G mini. And our last hit, another relic. That's a pretty sweet one, though. Bert Blyleven on a game-used piece of the jersey, the Hall of Famer. He played for one of the many players that played for the Twins and my Halos. Hunter Green on the silver portraits. And a Brooklyn back to 25 of Cody Bellinger. That's pretty sweet. 25 of 25 on the Cody B. That was a pretty good pack, though. You got a hit and a card to 25. I'm collecting the blank mini set. And is that a filigree? Yeah, just a regular one. Harmon Killebrew on the filigree. Ellie on the chrome. And A&G back of Thomas Jay-Z. Seth Lugo base mini. N22 of Francisco Lindor. John Kenzie Noel, silver portrait, and Max Fried on the base mini. Ted Williams on that mini. Seth Lugo, silver portrait, State Birds, the Northern Mockingbird. So there's the Mockingbird and then the Northern Mockingbird. Justin Henry Malloy, silver portrait, Jackie Robinson on the base mini. Oops, I went too many packs there. And just a couple of packs left. Is there anything in here? J-Rod on the chrome. Another State Bird there of the Cardinal. refractor of Jamie Chun, Teddy Williams on the silver portrait, and mini black border of Kyle Tucker. Royce Lewis on the base mini. And in our last pack, can we get another numbered card? We cannot. Christian Campbell, silver portrait. Mini A&G of Cody Bellinger, and that will do it. Give us just a minute. We'll get that recast in order, ladies and gentlemen. All right. No, I mean, no illness. I wouldn't come to work if I was sick. The allergies, man. When we get the Santa Ana winds, it absolutely just destroys me. And then I have to take, sinus, nasal decongestants. So then it's like I can't. I have like no it just dries you out. So it's like you can't win for losing. Our autographs, our lowest numbered auto was to 50 here on the green for Will Warren. To 99, nice one there for Paul Skeens and Spencer Schwellenbach. Base autos, we got Big Sean, Greg Jones, Zach DeZenzo, and Angel Martinez. One numbered relic on the the Brooklyn back to 10 for Sandy Alcantara. Our other base relics, we got Bert Blyleven, Wilson Contreras, James Wood, Corey Seager, Stephen Kwan, Andrew McCutcheon, Freddie Freeman, Tarek Skubal, Chili Davis, Jim Thome, Sammy Sosa, Chili Davis number 2, and Scott Rowland. Our numbered stuff, our lowest parallels were to 25. We got Cody B there on the Brooklyn back to 25. As well as a Bob Gibson on the orange filigree. True gold refractor there to 50 for Jackson Jobe, and gold filigrees to 50, Ty Cobb and Spencer Steer. Rip cards, we got a dual rip here that I've got a random to 50 between Clayton Kershaw and Oral Hershiser. And to 199, Andrew McCutcheon and Stan Musial. Our no number A&G minis, they have no number right there, so that means there's only 50 copies of this. We got Campy and Tim Elko on those two. And our case hit X-Fractor going out to Mr. Beyond. Alright, let's get this random on. Bam. As you can see, Clayton Kershaw, Oral Hershiser listed on there. We're going to roll some random dice. We get a 7. I'll go back here and randomize this list 7 times, and whichever name is in the one position on the 7th roll will win the duel. There's number 3, number 4, 5, 6, and for the winner, Oral Hershiser is in the one position, and it has been rolled 7 times. So this dual rip card goes to the Oral Hershiser spot. Write that down. And that, ladies and gents, shall wrap it up here from Hobby Legends Studios on another fun-filled Allen and Ginter break. As I said, we'll be back in a little bit over an hour to take care of new release 2025 Bowman Draft. That's going to be a 5-case hobby break, which used to be called Jumbo, but now it's called Hobby Jumbo or something like that. But basically the one with 8 boxes. So hopefully we'll see you all for that one. Congrats to the hitters in this one. Sorry for those that did miss out. As always, I hope next time is a lot better for you. But until then, everyone, keep on ripping, and we'll see you next time. Bye.